Chief Meteorologist Shane Smith here once again as we continue to track two severe thunderstorms rolling their way across southern and eastern Kentucky. Let's get on over to Pinpoint Doppler. Let's talk about the storm first now into southern Laurel County, about to move into Knox County and western Clay County. This severe thunderstorm warning is going to go until 8:45. National Weather Service Doppler radar indicating a severe thunderstorm capable of producing wind gusts in excess of 60 miles per hour, quarter-size hail, and they even mentioned that they're keeping an eye on this storm because it does have a history of producing a little bit of rotation. Once again, this severe thunderstorm warning for Clay, Knox, Laurel, and Pulaski County for about another 30 minutes. Now, the more intense of the two storms we're tracking is off to the northeast. That is currently rolling into the western portion of Breathitt County. That severe thunderstorm warning for Breathitt, Lee, Owsley, and the northwestern tip of Perry County over towards Buckhorn. That's going to go about another 15 minutes until 8:30. Although if you live in Perry County or western Knott County, I got a feeling this thunderstorm warning will be expanded down into those parts of the counties, and we could see some pretty significant weather here in a little bit as this thunderstorm capable of producing half-dollar size hail. Notice the purples there in the western end of Breathitt County right along Highway 28. That is a very strong indicator of some very heavy rain or small to medium size hail. In fact, Doppler estimates upwards of half-dollar size hail there in the western end of Breathitt County. So if you live in northern Perry County, western Knott County, southern Breathitt County, if you can put your car in the carport or in the garage, probably a good idea. This thunderstorm, at least indicated by radar, has the potential to produce some damaging hail as well as wind gusts in excess of 60 miles per hour. Also, that storm showing a bit of weak rotation on radar. These two thunderstorms working their way off to the south and the east. We have a tornado watch in effect until 9 o'clock tonight, but a new watch just been issued down in eastern Tennessee. That's going to go until 3 o'clock in the morning as these thunderstorms continue to work their way off to the south and the east. We will continue to monitor the storms, and we will break in with more information as necessary. Until then, we're going to send you back to regular programming. Chief Meteorologist Shane Smith here with a severe weather update. We are tracking a very potent severe thunderstorm working its way towards the city of Hazard. Let's not waste any time. Get on over to Pinpoint Doppler radar. This severe thunderstorm warning in effect for southern Breathitt, western Knott, northeastern Leslie, southeastern Owsley, and all of Perry County until 9:15. This storm moving to the southeast at 30 miles per hour. National Weather Service Doppler radar indicating ping pong ball size hail and 60 mile per hour wind gusts with this thunderstorm. I just stepped outside the studio here at WYMT and the sky is looking very ominous. In fact, we also have a shot from our Hazard weather cam. We'll take that here in a second, and you can see the storm as it is rolling on in. And folks, this is looking like a pretty potent storm. You can see the clouds definitely dark. They're on the lower side. You're seeing a little bit of shear in the atmosphere. In the lower levels, they're moving a little bit more south to north, and then you go up a little bit, and they're moving more west to east. So definitely a potent thunderstorm heading into downtown Hazard. It'll be into Hazard in the next few minutes, the heaviest of that storm will. Right now, we can see as we go back to Pinpoint Doppler, here's the storm's track. Hazard, any minute now, the worst of it's going to be on top of downtown. Viper 850, Sassafras 856, and Banks around 912. Let's zoom this in a little bit closer, Brandon Orr, and let's take a really close look at where the most intense part of the storm is, as it is pretty much tracking now parallel to Highway 15 in Perry County, really just rolled through Buckhorn over towards Chavies right now. That's eventually going to work its way down towards Typo, Clemens, some of the roads in the path of this storm. And we'll mark those for you so you can see which ones we've got in the path of the heaviest part of the storm. Highway 28, Highway 15, those showers and storms continuing to work their way off to the south and to the east. So for you folks in Perry County, you need to be seeking shelter now. This thunderstorm has the potential and a history of producing large hail. In fact, up in Talbot, up in Breathitt County, quarter-size hail reported with this thunderstorm. That just coming into the Weather Service a little while ago. So folks in Perry County, be aware this thunderstorm capable of producing large hail is heading our way. We'll have more on the severe weather as it continues to move to the southeast as it is needed. Until then, we're going to send you back to regular programming. Chief Meteorologist Shane Smith here with some breaking severe weather information. A tornado warning has been issued for Morgan County. Let's not waste any time. Go right to pinpoint Doppler radar as we are detecting a thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado. No confirmed reports yet of a tornado, but this is a Doppler indicated storm as it moves into Morgan County. This does include the city of West Liberty. I know a lot of folks in West Liberty very sensitive to storms after what happened March 2nd, 2 years ago, and this tornado warning goes until 10:30. We are going to take a up-close personal look at this very, very strong thunderstorm that is moving into Morgan County. If you are in Morgan County, you need to seek shelter right now. We're going to zoom pinpoint Doppler in, and you can see the bulk of this storm just to the north of West Liberty. It is coming down by the lake right along 519 from Moorhead down to West Liberty. That's a road that I know a lot of folks travel to get between those two towns, and it's this area in the northwestern portion of the storm that we're concerned about with the potential of a bit of rotation showing up on pinpoint Doppler radar. We are going to go to what we call velocity mode right now and take a look at the wind we're seeing inside this thunderstorm. Now let me explain what you're seeing. The green is wind going toward the radar. The red is wind going towards the radar. So what's happening just to the west of West Liberty, over near the town of Yoakum, up near Pomp and Zag, we are detecting a little bit of rotation on pinpoint Doppler radar. It's not much, but it's definitely enough to cause concern and cause our friends over at the Weather Service to issue this tornado warning until 10:30. Once again, this is for Morgan County. This is primarily the northern part of Morgan County and the eastern part. If you're in the southwestern part of Morgan County, you're okay. You probably want to seek shelter, but the worst of this storm will miss you. But West Liberty, this is going to become awful close to town. It looks like it's going to pass between West Liberty and Lenox, right there along Old Highway 172, Pomp Lenox Road, McCordia Branch Road. These are just a few of the roads, Highway 7, in the path of this storm as it works its way off to the south and to the east. Right now, this is a Doppler indicated tornado moving east at 20 miles per hour. We can put a storm track on this storm and show you where it will be as we go over the next little bit. This tornado warning continuing out now until 10:30. So we got about 28 minutes left on it. We're going to take this storm track out, and this is some of the towns in the path of this storm. Lick Branch at 10:10, Gordon Ford at 10:12, Little Sandy at 10:19, and Crockett at 10:35. If you live in any of those communities, near any of these communities, you need to be on the lookout as we have a thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado according to Doppler radar in Morgan County. Now, once again, this is a Doppler indicated tornado. We don't have any reports of rotation or any reports of funnel clouds being spotted, but the Weather Service is going to continue this warning all the way up until 10:30. Just got a new update from them. They are saying a radar indicated tornado, hail 1 inch in diameter, and this storm is moving south and east at around 25 miles per hour. So if you live near West Liberty, here's what I need you to do. Go ahead and seek shelter. Get to the bottom level of your home. Put as much space between you and the outside world as possible. You do not want to be on an outside wall. Get under sturdy furniture or in a bathtub. In abandoned cars and mobile homes, you need to be in sturdier shelter. Once again, this is a tornado warning for Morgan County. Now, this is a Doppler indicated tornado. We don't have any confirmation of one on the ground, but it is a serious enough situation that we are going to cut in and stay with this storm. Anytime WYMT has a tornado warning in our coverage area, it's our policy to go on and stay with it until the storm is over. This is not something we take lightly, folks. This is very serious. We all know how serious tornadoes can be around here. So West Liberty, the worst of this storm is just off to your northwest right now. The area in purple showing up on the radar, that is likely a hail core just to the north of town in West Liberty. This thunderstorm has a history of producing strong winds and small hail up into Rowan County. And this thunderstorm definitely looking very strong on the radar. And once again, it's this area in the northwestern quadrant of the storm that has us a little bit concerned. Notice how there's a little bit of a notch there showing up on pinpoint Doppler radar. That is where we are seeing the potential rotation in this storm as it continues to work off to the south and the east at 25 miles per hour. So what we're going to do now, we're going to clear the rotation marker off. We're going to zoom out a little bit, and I'm going to show you some of the towns that are in the path of this storm. So if I call out your name, the name of your town or a community near your town, go ahead and be ready to seek shelter. So we're going to go ahead, put the old storm track back up here. This storm moving southeast at 25 miles per hour. And we're just going to drag this on out for about the next 30 minutes or so to show you where the worst of this storm is going to be. So Cottle, here in about 3 to 5 minutes, going to be on top of you. Logville, 10:20. Cyrus, 10:35. Now, these are not exact timings. These are just Doppler estimates. If you live in or near any of those communities, you need to seek shelter as a potent thunderstorm is heading your way. And even if this storm isn't producing a tornado, it does have the potential to produce large hail from 1 to 1.5 inches in diameter. That's quarter to half-dollar size hail. It also has some very strong winds in the core of this thunderstorm. We're seeing wind gusts in the core of the storm closing in on 60 miles per hour. And folks, the worst of this storm is right on top of West Liberty right now. If you live on the northern side of town near Pomp, Lenox, right in downtown, I'm going to put some road markers on here. You are seeing the worst of this storm right now. And McKenzie Road, Old Highway 172, Highway 172, Highway 460 just on the south side of town, like you're heading back off towards the west. That is where the cutoff of the worst part of this storm is right now. Liberty Road, Shady Lane, Liberty Road, Buck Evans Road, just a few of the places seeing the worst of this storm right now. It is heading off to the south and the east at 25. If you're in Elmonton, Flores, Dingus, Logville, you need to seek a sturdy shelter right now as this thunderstorm is very strong. It has the potential of producing a tornado. Once again, no confirmation of a tornado on the ground. This is a Doppler indicated tornado warning. However, this storm is showing up very strong on pinpoint Doppler, and it definitely has the potential of at least some wind damage, some hail damage, and maybe even producing a tornado. So once again, for those of you just joining us, this is Chief Meteorologist Shane Smith. We are tracking a tornado-warned thunderstorm into Morgan County. This thunderstorm warning goes until 10:30, or this tornado warning, I should say, and it is continuing to work its way off to the south and the east at 25 miles per hour. So this is a slow-moving thunderstorm. That's been the thing about the thunderstorms today. They're not your typical fast movers. These are slow movers. They are producing heavy rain. They have the potential of producing strong wind in the same location for a long period of time. And if there is a tornado with this thunderstorm, which we don't know that for sure, we just know that we're seeing a very strong rotation on pinpoint Doppler. It could be a while for it to get moving. It's going to be a slow mover So definitely seek shelter if you're in the center portion of Morgan County right now. Here's a couple of the other towns in the path of this storm. White Oak, this one's going to sideswipe you, but it's going to be close. If you were there, I'd be seeking shelter. I'd also be seeking shelter down near Silver Hill, down in Wheelersburg, over into Wolfe County. This storm may cross into the northern portion of Wolfe County here in the next little bit. Now, the good news is the rotation on this storm not looking as impressive as it was earlier on pinpoint Doppler radar. We are going to go back over to it. I will clear all this out real quick and you will see the thunderstorm not showing that tight rotation as we go in and get the latest velocity scan. Once again, what you're looking at is what we call velocity data. This looks at wind. Doppler radar doesn't only look at precipitation, it can also look at wind speed and direction. The green wind is wind going towards the radar site, so it is going towards the National Weather Service radar in Jackson. The wind in the red is going away from the National Weather Service radar site in Jackson. And it's this area right now just to the west of West Liberty where we are seeing some broad rotation in this thunderstorm, and that is where we have the potential of a tornado. Once again, this is a Doppler indicated tornado. This is not one that is confirmed on the ground. However, we will stay with this tornado warning until it expires at 10:30 or the National Weather Service allows it to be canceled. Now, they just did cancel that severe thunderstorm warning that was for Bath, Menifee, and Rowan County. Waiting to see if our friends at the Weather Service will maybe extend the tornado warning, switch over to a severe thunderstorm warning. They're gathering their thoughts as they look at this storm. They're taking in the same data we are and trying to decide what they want to do with this storm. But if you live in the center portion of Morgan County, the eastern corner of Morgan County, and I would even say the northern portion of Wolfe County, maybe north of the Mountain Parkway, I'd be seeking shelter now. This is a thunderstorm that has a history of producing wind damage in Rowan County. It is a very strong thunderstorm, and even if there is not a tornado with it, there are strong winds being indicated by pinpoint Doppler radar and the potential for large hail, at least an inch in diameter. That's quarter size, although it could spike up to an inch and a half in diameter. And that's the kind of hail that will damage siding, it will damage vehicles. So if you are in or near West Liberty, I would be seeking shelter. Now, it looks like the Weather Service has just issued a new severe thunderstorm warning. This is also going to go down into Magoffin County and over into portions of Johnson County. Here is a look at that new severe thunderstorm warning for Elliott County, Johnson County, Magoffin County, and Morgan County. That is going to go until 11 o'clock tonight. They are not going to go with a new tornado warning, at least not right now. That thunderstorm right on top of West Liberty, the rotation not showing up as strong as it was earlier on pinpoint Doppler radar. But once again, this is a very potent thunderstorm, even though it has weakened a bit, showing the potential of some large hail and some damaging winds. And definitely seeing the potential of wind gusts in excess of 60 to 70 miles per hour. So we're going to stay with this thunderstorm as it continues to work to the south and the east. Once they clear that tornado warning, we will go back to regular programming. It looks like the rotation on this storm is not as strong as it was, but I wouldn't let my guard down just yet. This is still a very potent thunderstorm right on top of West Liberty, over towards Flores, White Oak, Cisco, Jephthah, Silver Hill. Some of the roads in the path of the storm right now, the worst part, Bear Branch Road, Pack Lane, Highway 437, over towards Riddle Street. You can see Bolin Branch Road. These are just a few of the roads that are in the path of this thunderstorm as it continues to work its way off to the south and to the east at 25 miles per hour. If you are in the central portion of Morgan County, southeastern portion of Morgan County, northern portion of Magoffin County, western portion of Johnson County, I'd go ahead and seek shelter as this is a very potent thunderstorm heading right to the southeast now of West Liberty. It's between West Liberty and Flores over towards Elmonton and Lenox. And with this purple on pinpoint Doppler radar, we are seeing the potential of 1-inch diameter hail and as well as gusty winds in excess of 60 to 70 miles per hour. Once again, if you live in Morgan County, definitely be sure to take shelter. And if you have reports out of Morgan County once the storm passes, be sure to let us know. Twitter, my Twitter handle is Shane WYMT. You can send it to just the regular WYMT Twitter. You can also send it to the WYMT Facebook page. We are monitoring all these avenues for your storm reports. Now, only do it after the storm has passed and once you are safe. But if you are to the south and east of West Liberty and Morgan County, I'd still be seeking shelter. And once again, we have that new severe thunderstorm warning that goes into the southern portion of Elliott County, back over into Johnson County, the northern and eastern end of Magoffin County, which does include the city of Salyersville. This severe thunderstorm warning goes until 11 o'clock. Got a feeling our friends at the Weather Service are going to let this tornado warning go, and once they do, we will send you back to regular programming. But I just want to point out this thunderstorm is still very strong. It's still showing some weak rotation on pinpoint Doppler radar, and this is a storm that does have a history of producing damage back up into the western end of Rowan County, caused a few power outages up that way. So we will continue to monitor this storm. The Weather Service has just canceled the tornado warning for Morgan County. However, we still have that severe thunderstorm warning for Elliott, Johnson, Magoffin, and Morgan County until 11 o'clock tonight. Keep it with WYMT. We will bring you the latest severe weather information as it happens, and always check our social media sites, WYMT on Facebook, WYMT on Twitter, and we will have a complete wrap-up of tonight's severe weather and a look at a much drier forecast coming up tonight on Mountain News at 11 in about 45 minutes from now. But until then, we're going to send you back to regular programming.